it's most likely coming from this heart space. So when it's clear that I'm thinking very much with my emotions and with my feelings, then I can recognize that, all right, I'm in this anger space. And so to balance that out, I cannot
Oh
just go
yeah.
straight to Capricorn, because that's like shifting all the way over to a whole different energy. Instead, I need to take
Cause right
what
now
I'm
it says
feeling,
that
those
we
emotions, into this
can't come to the phone.
Cancer space, where Cancer is water.
And I know it makes no
So for
sense
me, it
to walk
actually
out the door.
is, it makes
It's
sense.
the
So
only
like,
way I
it's
hear
going
your
from steam
voice anymore.
into water, and then
It's
into
ridiculous.
um,
It's been months.
this
It's no
solid,
days. Just
and having a good mix of all of them. But this is the same for everybody. So what you do is, when you're too much like in your mind, where you're overthinking, like this can look like anxiety or very much overthinking, you can shift that energy into your rising by understanding that, okay, I need to not, for me, it's not be so rigid. I need to let it flow a little bit easier. I need to nurture the ideas and be patient, because that Cancer energy is very much about nurturing. And then I need to be able to take the time to understand if this is an emotional fit. Is it really fair? Because that's that Libra. So then they can work all together to help you make decisions and help you in your interactions. Not yet. We're getting there right after this, Cousin B. So I think it was you, Chino, that asked about like those big three. But if you look at your astrological chart, those are the three you really want to pay attention to. And so, though, that's really where we could start having deeper conversations about how do you use this energy. So be aware and then be intentional. Okay. Yep, you're just in time. Now, well, now I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. Like, where'd
all
I
right,
put
chat.
it?
So we just in time, but before we go, I just want to say,
All
uh,
right, here we
I
go.
don't really do too many
We've
readings because I
all been
think that
waiting for
your
it.
universe is here. But we go see what she got to say because
All
I'm
right,
listening to some of her
so
shit stuffs already, and it's
first,
just
to
been very
find this
wonderful.
life path number, let me get a drink of water. Let me get a drink of
Let
water.
us get a drink of
I
water.
already feel, the energy coming. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Oh, you're giving the drum roll? No pressure, no pressure. All right.
There's no
So,
pressure.
first, we have to do the calculation for the year. So, 1 plus 9 plus 0. Hmm, interesting. Okay. So, this adds up to 19. But for you in particular, um, these nines sitting right next to each other is coming up as important. So 99 is the numerical vibration of ascension, which is like the raising of vibration. Hmm. So what I'm
Hmm.
seeing is that this is coming up as important for you because it's like you may not fully be aware of it yet. Maybe you are, but you haven't talked about it. Um, but like this question of like what comes next, like you seem like you'd be one of the kids that's like you would ask or you would think. It doesn't seem like you would necessarily ask. You might ask some people, but not everybody.
Chat on grill
It's
with y'all.
like the question that comes to your mind is like, what happens when you die? Or
Ah,
what does heaven look like? Like
interesting.
those are the types of questions that like are most intriguing.
But you talk about it a lot, though. That's interesting.
Like those bigger, deeper questions. And you may not be aware that of this is what you're doing. But this is one of the reasons why you
Nah,
see the world different.
I do see the world different. I mean, everybody sees the world different, but I do see the world different, and I do talk on a
You
bigger scale.
see the world different because you're constantly going to these like big, huge questions. Huh. Okay, I think we're gonna come back to that, but and because I'm not sure exactly why that's coming up. It may be more behind it, but let's look. So we got 19 here, and then we add the month,
Type,
and we add the day,
type,
and so I get my handy
27.
dandy calculator out, even though I've already done it in my head. We just gonna act like we haven't. Okay, that makes sense. And so this adds up to no, yeah, okay, okay. So this makes sense. So this adds up to 27. So your life path number, Jew, is 27.
Right? 28 is one of my favorite numbers, so 27 is just one away. She would have been fired if it
So
was
then that
28.
starts to make a little bit more sense. Why? Because this 27 then goes to this 9. So that makes more sense why these 9s are resonating this way because you have these 9s all over the place. And so it's a lot about what's coming at the end or what's the end goal or what's the reason, what's the bigger why.
I'm with her so far.
That's why this would come up so much for you is because of all of these 9s. So when we're looking at these life path numbers,
Right?
the 9 is the outcome. The 9 is what you're contributing to the energetic world around you. And so this is very much about bringing an end to certain ways that things are being done. It's also contributing to any shifts that we have. And so this year, because we're in a 9 year, probably has been or will be. And when I say will be, it's like things that have happened in this year that will highly impact what's coming next. So you've either had things in this year
Excuse me.
that have come into the space that have really changed what's happening. It's changed
Too big for me.
not no, it's like a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of things different. Where but primarily it's like what I'm seeing is like taking glasses on and off. It's like you got a new pair of glasses, and so you're seeing things differently. You're seeing things clearer, but you're meant to be contributing to this energy of this shift and the end.
That's what
And
I'm
so
telling people out
because
here.
we're
I
in this
got you.
huge energetic shift, all the way from each individual, all the way up to the earth and to the solar system as a whole, you're very much feeling this shift.
I'm in it.
You would be very much feeling this shift, even if you don't understand what it is. It just feels like this something about this year is different, and it may need more time to reveal itself. But you're meant to be contributing to this shift, the shift of like thinking in a certain way or doing things in a certain way. um that's what this 9 as your single life path number really means. Like you're helping things to be brought to a completion, even if it's only in your life or in the life of your friends and family around you. You're bringing a perspective that's helping to shift the way things are seen and done and how things are defined. And that's really what you're meant to do. You're meant to be that model of shifting and ending. And that's going to look different for you because your 9 is coming from this 27. So that's something I have to like remind people all the time. Just because you have the same single digit life path number as somebody else, it does not mean that you're necessarily contributing the exact same thing energetically or in the same way, because your steps can be very different. And remembering that this is not your only vibration that you're operating with. It's not the only vibration that you're working with. You're also working with your name vibration that you're using, um, but also with the vibrations that are coming from your planetary placements. This is just one of the real big ones. Um, And so the steps that you can get to, the steps you can take to be able to get to this place where you can feel comfortable about stepping into this vibration of 9 and contributing to this ending or this shifting, is first you have to,
Okay,
with this
talk to me.
7. So this 7 is very much taking action, but in flow. So your first lesson, this first step, this first life lesson that you have to learn, that's a pretty big one, is learning how to be able to take action at the right time and in the right way. It feels very much like whereas some people, they take action too fast. They don't wait for the right time. It almost looks like you're missing your windows of the right time because you keep putting on the brakes. Like you keep like telling yourself or convincing yourself that it's not the right time.
That's deep.
But that's the
Although those could be
lesson.
worse for anybody.
That's the
That's
lesson
that's
of
still deep though.
learning how to know when it is the right time. When is it vibrational?
The reason why I always think this stuff
that you're
is hard to
able
believe is
to
because words
jump
are too
into
generalized.
and then take action. And you'll know that you're taking action at the right time because it'll be very easy.
Words are generalized, so it can sound like it for anybody.
Seems
So
like
when you see these things, it's just a matter of if you believe it.
It seems like what's happening is there's a lot of times. That's a good question, Cousin B. A lot of times, so for most people with this 7, it knowing it's the right time is uh feeling like it's not forced. Like you're not having to put a whole lot of effort in to make it happen. That's what it is for most people. Jew, what it's very much feeling like for you is that you're having to let things flow. It's like things are coming in. What it looks like is like things are coming in and you're like turning away from them.
That's kind of crazy because for a fact I do
you're
that.
saying it's not the right time, but it's like things are flowing in and you wouldn't have to really do anything.
It's tough.
You really wouldn't have to do
Chad, that's so
things
tough.
would fall into place, but you're not just taking that first action or step.
That's super tough.
It's like things are being handed to you and you're like, no thanks. Yeah, don't do that.
I don't really know if that fits everybody, but that fits me.
Understanding what that vibrational flow is. Like
super
when it
tough.
Is the right time. And not letting yourself get in your own way.
All right, so
very much so. While a lot of people in working with this vibration, and I keep being, it keeps coming up that I have to give you the example of everybody else so that you can understand how you're a little bit different, because it seems like you're trying to take
this is too tough. I don't even like this. I'm too high for this.
Time in the right way, the way everybody else is, but it's not working for you. It's not true for you. So for a lot of other people, the 7 is very much about being patient, like planning. So like if you like making sure you have a plan so that when the right time hits, you're ready to go. You know, it's like the saying, stay ready. Always
you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
That's what it really is for most people. But in this case, for you, Jew, it's like you're always ready, but you stop yourself.
Crazy.
There's something that you're stopping yourself.
This is such a beautiful soul.
Yes, Cousin B. Exactly that. So making sure that you are, when like things are lining up and it's like, just just do it.
So hard-headed I'd be.
Because
I'd be
that's
so hard-headed.
This first lesson.
That's just reality.
It very much feels like
that's crazy. I feel like my friends paid her to say that. I saw them say.
Getting over this first lesson and really stepping into this is going to really give you a lot of energy to be able to get to this 2.
What's the 2? I want to know what the 2 is now.
When you start taking action in this vibrational flow, where you're not having to force the action, but you're also not having to like stop it from happening, then you can get to this second step of this 2,
right,
where you'll see very clearly, because you'll take the actions and you'll see very clearly what are these 2 sides that have now appeared, because you've taken this action in vibrational flow. You'll be able to see very clearly what these 2 sides are, and you'll be able to pull from these 2 different sides to create something brand new for yourself. With this 2 here, this means that what you're creating for yourself, the path that you're walking for yourself, it doesn't exist yet. This 2 means that you're taking from what does exist, but you're only taking the pieces that work for you. And part of learning about how to be in vibrational flow and taking action at the right time is so then you can get to this 2 and be able to pull what you need from these moments in time and from these people and from things that are happening in your life to be able to create the life not only that you want, but that will also put you in a position where you can contribute to this end. It's like this new, whatever this new is that you're creating for yourself is going to help be an example of how things need to shift, how things need to end.
I hate this. I hate that. I hate that. I love this. I hate that. I feel like I agree with all this.
Okay.
Like I feel like I hate that. I feel like this is tailored like
All
right
right.
to me.
What other questions do you have?
And
Anything else that I can help you with to make sure that you're getting what you need to be able to use this information?
stuff. I don't really have questions, but
Exactly, LTFM.
proper with it.
Yeah. I was reading your earlier comment, Cousin B, that yes, you should be going with the flow. That's what this 7 is.
I feel like it's related so much to what she was talking about.
Just allowing it to flow. But this is one of Ju's biggest lessons, is figuring out how to be in that flow. how to be in that flow and be able to use those vibrations that are coming. Like it's crazy because I see it. It's like you're standing in this vibrational flow, and it's like things are being handed to you.
I felt like I
like,
needed
no,
this.
Thanks. You can give it to them.
I'm being real. I mean, I'm always like that.
Okay, good.
But
Good. I'm glad this is making sense.
Yeah, it makes some sense to me.
And so this is like one of your major vibrations. This is like how
so
you interact with other people and how you should be moving through life to get to where you want to be.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Josh, yeah. No, that too is big time resonating right now. All right, let me see what your other question was, Josh. Oh, remind me what I was talking about, Josh, when you asked about ties to Jupiter.
I guess that's been my life. That's been me. You know, I think that.
So I'm so glad that you came in, Ju, and you were able to get your life path number reading. So as things are coming up, definitely come back and let's talk about it, because we use our life path number, and this is really for everybody. So we are starting by learning our life path number, but we really should be using this space also to expand how we're using that life path number, how we're using that information.
It was very interesting.
Know about
I'm glad I got to record this and keep it.
Like your life path number, you can add it with somebody else's life path number to understand how to work with them. And how to be able to communicate.
You know, I'll tag her in this.
You can look at your life path number.
I don't know if I can. I'll figure it out.
We can look
but let's make sure we tag her in it, because you can
like,
get your thing right. I'm assuming.
If you have an event or something coming up, we can look at the vibrations of that day for you as an individual to make sure that things are resonating, and remembering that all this vibration is neutral, so we get to pick and choose with our intention how we're using it. Oh, you're very welcome, Jude. I'm so glad you were here and that we were able to get this.
This was pretty deep. This is pretty dope. Felt good, felt great.
I think Jude's got enough. When he's ready, he'll come back. He'll come back with his name.
I think that
Because he's working on that 7 right now, so we want him to focus on that. Okay, John, let me
uh,
see what you said.
all right, we let her get to the back, but
Oh, okay. No, 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 no. It's not. No, no.
so let's talk about it. What do we think, right? Uh, hmm. So my beef with, I guess the best way to talk about this is like to make help you understand. Like my beef with always been about like words sound too general. So like horoscopes, they would just put those in a newspaper and you'll read a horoscope and a person would be like, yo, this is what I'm supposed to be like. But they just put 12 things out there, right? Uh, and then people follow them. So I just never really been a fan of this because I think that you can say anything to anybody, and as long as they believe that they can relate to it, they'll believe it. Everybody does it. I mean, that's just kind of what believing is when you think about it in totality. So I really stay away from these things. I'm always curious to know, uh, because chat, I meditate. Like I try sometimes to come to a better understanding of what life is. Or I guess it's crazy. I would say that I don't even think too much about what life is as opposed to where life needs to go. And I feel stupid weird saying it now because she just said it, but like when I think about it, kind of. I mean, I talk about reincarnation and stuff like that all the time, heaven, hell. Uh, I do believe there is a God. I just think that religions are crooked for what the understanding of what crooked is. Uh, but so yeah, I usually think that you stay away from these things because you can be as general as possible, and the more not the more general you are, but being general makes you relatable to anybody. You can be like, damn, I bet that now when you wake up your back hurts, or your knees don't bend like they used to. Anybody can say at any time, like, yeah, you right, my knees don't bend like I used to. And you would feel like they would know that, they relate to you. I'm talking about you. So if I say something else now, like, and you gotta take these pills because if not, then your knees trust me. And then you'll be like, oh, all right, and you'll take it just because we shared that, oh, my knees don't bend thing. But I just, went into this one with a open mind because I sat in and I listened to a couple of her lives, just part of the group that I connect with. Uh, I don't think I would call them influencers. I would just say people with a common thought process of not even help each other out, but just being family. I'm just an outsider in, but I fuck with them. Uh, but they mad cool, and it's nothing to do with them why I'm outside in. It's just that I like it, the type of thing, just being as real as possible. But so I sat in on a couple of her lives, and I was like, all right, well, the good thing is I don't think I've ever heard her say anything like real negative, or anything wild or outlandish. She's not trying to sell a dream, so you go into it open minded. So what do we think? Let's see if we can rewind on. She's still alive, but let's just see if we can rewind. 1997, the nines. What was the conversation about the nines? Oh, being the outcome thing. Uh, so she started off with the nines, right? And it's about being the outcome. But I, again, I think anybody can, if you can believe that, then you can believe it. It's not real. Like, how does that relate to me? Um, I don't know. I like to tell people all the time, if I'm being real, and this isn't just gaslighting. This is actually true. Like I tell people all the time about like, yo, I'm a type of person that people go transfer their energy through me. Like I help people on a different level, like a mental, spiritual level, not really like a help level. I mean, I do what I can. But I'm an energy, I'm a vibe, and I try to get everybody to be the right energy because I see life different. Like I do see life like that. Uh, I thought it made sense to me. Uh, Maybe this whole time I'm thinking I'm the middle, but I should be at the end. But at the same time, she said I was like the beginning. like I'm gonna end a way, but show a different way of how to be. So it's like an end and a beginning. It's kind of like a middle. See what I mean about words? You're crazy. Um, but I agreed with it. It was cool. Uh, I'm just my fault. I wanted to hear it back too before I did this, but since we're on here, it was 1990. I was nines. Boom, 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 boom. 27 to 7. So the seventh thing. And again, I feel like I don't know if this can beat anybody because I know there's a lot of people in this world that feel like they never get the opportunity. Uh, and if you know me, let me know. If you listen to this and you know me, let me know what you really think. But that's why we say this so we can play it back for people. Right? We'll cut it up and everything. But she said that my lesson that I need to learn is pretty much how that translated to my life. Well, she said I need to learn when. Make sure I say that right so I don't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, 9 was the outcome. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Action and flow. When is the right time to take my opportunities? And as she was talking about that, uh, she was talking about I. As she was talking about that, she was talking about the seven is that opportunities are always there for me. In a way, this I guess the translation part that I took it as the opportunity is always there. And not even like there, like really there. And I just need to say okay and take. How does that relate to me? Especially how she was talking about it is in a sense of like I kind of do just give what I mean. I don't let people. I would never say I let people run over me. I would never say that because I don't see it that way. But I do. I would just give up something. Like she was right at least with me, right on. Uh, if it was two ropes, I mean, if it was one a hard way and an easy way, and but one of us had to cross, I'll let you do the easy way. I don't have no problem doing the hard way because I still think I want to get to where I gotta get to. Uh, I thought I really related to that seven thing. I think that's been a great thing for me. A lot of opportunities in my life have always been like that, where um, sometimes it feels like it's just gave to me, and I don't know what I did to deserve it or whatever it is, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do think I worked for what I have, but they're all no fool. A lot of stuff that a lot of people I've experienced quite a bit that I think people naturally don't experience in their life. Not everybody experience, and that should be everybody's story. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that without trying too down the rabbit hole. Uh, but then she said after seven was I got to false out the excuse me. I need to settle with seven before I can get to two. And what was two? Two was I'm trying to build a path that doesn't really exist, and I'm taking things from reality and I'm putting it into what is happening. My beef with this is I feel like that's everybody. And maybe people just don't see it that way, but I feel like that's everybody. Everybody's trying to make it. Maybe that's not everybody. Now that I say it out loud, because there's people that tries to be like their parents. Like I want to live that lifestyle. Like I don't think I have a person that I'm like, yo, I want to live that lifestyle too, but I just try to live a peaceful lifestyle. Like I don't really have a plan or a map. I'm just going with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm flowing with it. I don't think that's always the best way to go about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to be a very like work so much type person. Um, but yeah. So she's saying that there's two paths and I'm building my own path that doesn't really exist yet. But as long as I solve seven, then two is gonna be there. To me, that means like as long as I take the opportunity. To me, that means like when you put those together, that means if you take the opportunities that are in seven, then the path that you doesn't exist and two will become to life because you're going to create it. and then people are going to see, or whoever, they don't even have to be people, but somebody's going to see, oh, he can't, like, you can do it that way, and see how it is. And I really just want people to live a peaceful, positive life, but it seemed like it was something on a bigger scale. Uh, so yeah, 2-7, and that was the reading. I guess we could have went more, but that was a lot. uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, I fuck with that. I would say an 8.5. That's a hard scale. But I'm glad I got to sit in with it. I won't talk too much. I'll probably start a new live on Twitch so we can get to gaming. But in the meantime, in between time, please remember that love is a choice, peace is a choice, and being stressless, that's just a result. So choose to love yourself, choose to have peace, and if you don't choose to love yourself, just know I have love for you. If I don't